Life in the Southern Colonies. Life in the Southern Colonies was very different from the rest of the colonies. The climate was warm and humid. The rolling hills were with fertile soil, and a vast supply of rivers provided ideal conditions for farming. Instead of using the land to build cities like the other colonies, they used it for agriculture. The Southern colonies were made up of 5 colonies: Virginia, Maryland, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. Crops. Winters were mild, so crops were grown year-round. Summers were hot and humid with lots of rainfall. Because life centered around farming, large plantations were built on hundreds or even thousands of acres of land. For this reason, towns and cities were spread far apart. The 3 main cash crops they grew were tobacco, indigo, and cotton. These were sold, traded, and exported for money. Many plantation owners became wealthy from their cash crops. Houses. A plantation had many buildings on the grounds, including a huge mansion for the owner and his family. Servants and enslaved people lived nearby in small, cramped buildings or huts near the fields. There were also several barns for livestock and other farm animals. Responsibilities. To run a plantation successfully, it required many people working long hours year-round in the fields. Each plantation needed a considerable number of workers to keep the planting and harvesting schedules on time. The owner of the plantations, called planters, depended on hundreds or thousands of enslaved and indentured servants to keep up with all of the work on these huge farms. Schooling. Plantation owners' children were tutored at home. They learned reading, writing, and music. Boys learned how to hunt and ride horses, while girls learned how to sew and sing. Wealthy plantation owners sometimes hired a private teacher or sent their children to England to go to school. Enslaved children did not go to school. Enslaved children were often sold as soon as they could work, never to see their families again.